Hello Gemini and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements looking at your connection between you and the person that you are dealing with and are needing to learn the most from right now. We'll be pulling for all three sides of the connection, so we'll look at your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story. So we'll be looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. This middle section, we'll be looking at what is the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. On that note, and especially if you are a cross watcher, just know this whole reading can be reversed. If that is the case for you, that is totally fine and totally normal. Again, the point is to take what helps and leave what doesn't. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Gemini, we're going to jump on in. We're going to start with looking at overall energy through oracle cards first. So we're going to look at your energy toward the connection, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it with oracle cards. And then we will dive deeper into the reading with tarot as we progress. But first, we're going to start with looking at your side of this connection toward the person you are dealing with and are needing to learn the most from right now. All right, this is Gemini's energy toward the person they are dealing with. Passion. This is a very intense connection, and I feel like it was very intense right out of the gate. I think that there was a lot of like immediate feelings that you felt toward this person. This quality time card, this is kind of this energy of wanting things to progress, wanting things to develop. There's something else with this, but I don't know what it is yet. I don't know where things are at yet when it comes to, because it feels like this passion energy was in the past. Not that there isn't still passion here, that's not what I'm saying. But the initial connection was in the past. So let's look at this person's energy toward you. Breakups and makeups. This person is very in and out. Their energy is very wishy-washy. So intense in the beginning, and then all of a sudden starting to be very in and out. This person's energy toward you. Shattered. Both of these cards indicate like this is a shattered glass. This is kind of like a broken plate. So there's something there. I don't know what that is yet. This person, I feel, struggles or has a history of struggling in love and in relationships. And I feel because of that, they've developed this belief. Yeah, it's like they've developed this belief that they're broken. I'm not saying they are broken. I'm not saying that I see that they're broken. Nothing like that. But it's almost like this belief that they carry of being inherently unable to have the love that they deserve. And because of that, but that there's still a desire here. And I feel like they're on the same page as you when it comes to the feelings that you both have toward this connection. But their wishy-washiness stems from it's like they see this as like too good to be true or something. Like maybe they already expect it to not work out in some way. Truth of the connection between Gemini and this person. Robotic and synchronicity, but on the bottom there's soulmate recognition here. So it feels like this person kind of shut down emotionally, which it feels like they kind of did a 180 here, like a switch, like they like a switch was flipped or something. Like there's a huge shift that happened. And that's why I was saying this passion or this intensity felt like it was in the past. It's like it came on really strong, the connection. It came on really strong, and then things shifted. And then this person really withdrew. But the synchronicity card, like in this soulmate recognition card, like the connection is still very strong and it's still very there. So yeah, I feel like this is like struggling with how to handle it or what to do with it. So this is interesting. We'll see what else comes through here. Overall theme of this between Gemini and this person. Second option. I'm not saying you are a second option, but it feels like you feel you're being treated like an option. Like they show up when it's with all that intensity, but then they don't prioritize you when they're not around. But so it's very like all or nothing. And that has you feeling like, yeah, like you're not being prioritized, not being chosen here. Lessons are being taught. I feel like you and this person met for a reason. You and this person met for a reason here. And I don't know what that reason is yet. I feel like we'll get clear on that as we progress. I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Let's look, Gemini, at your side of this. Quality time with passion. Kind of getting that you and this person met for a reason with this synchronicity. Yeah, I think. Okay, I'm trying to get ahead of myself. Let's just pull one card at a time. Gemini side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. They're needing to learn the most from right now. Tower. Unexpected. They pulled away unexpectedly. Ten of Wands. I'm trying to see what I got from that. The Hierophant in reverse. Let's see. Okay, Spirit's trying to give you a different perspective on this. Queen of Swords, here you are. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Okay, because it feels as if this tower was supposed to happen. But I feel like this has been really complicated for you because I feel like in the beginning of this connection, it felt like just like this dream come true kind of energy. Like the feelings were so strong, it's so intense. It just felt like everything that you wanted. And then when this tower hit, I feel like it was so unexpected that it was like, I feel like I was drawn to this person just to have it like torn away from me. But I feel like there's a deeper reason as to why this happened. Gemini side of this. That card didn't feel like it was supposed to come out. It was the Three of Pentacles in reverse. It was supposed. If it's supposed to come out, it will again. The Justice in reverse. I mean, yeah, you really got screwed over here. And the Death. But there's some major cycle in your life and in your relationships that this connection is bringing to the surface for you. Because I feel like this connection never fully developed into what you wanted it to be. Like, even if you've been with this person for a while, or like there's a marriage here, it's like the connection never fully developed into what you wanted. And there were times where it felt like it was getting there. But then it always seemed to come back around to the tower. It was like one step forward, 3 steps back, or it like felt like things were progressing, but then all of a sudden you found yourself right back in the beginning. And I feel like this connection became really heavy. But I also feel as if you held on to it for as long as you did, or as if you showed up in it in the way that you did, because it feels like it was so intense that you've never really felt this way before. Like, it was like so unusual for you that it to you were like, there has to be something here. Like, there has to be a deeper purpose because of how strong the pull that you had to this person really was. But in the end, you ended up getting screwed over. But Spirit's saying there's a reason, but it's not that you deserve to be screwed over. That's not what it is. We'll see more what comes through. Because I feel like I'm trying to put all the pieces together without really knowing what's going on in this person's energy. And that'll definitely help. It's the whole reason. It's why we look at all the sides. Because understanding one side of the story doesn't help anybody, right? You're like, yeah, I know my experience. Why the hell did I go through this? Like, what's the point of this? Like, what's happening here? Okay. Breakups and makeups. This person's energy toward you. Two of Swords. So it feels they made some sort of a decision to walk away or to end things, or they did something that led to the connection ending. Like, it feels like it was their decision with the Two of Swords here. Whoa. Six of Wands in reverse. It feels like this one's supposed to... Yeah, Eight of Swords. Trapped in a prison of their own making. Six of Wands in reverse. The High Priestess in reverse. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. And I feel like there's a lot more to understanding this than you realize. Judgment. Nine of Pentacles. So the desire is there. Actually, I think, is that in reverse? Yeah, it's Judgment in reverse. Okay, and the Nine of Pentacles upright. That felt opposite, but the Nine of Pentacles was definitely upright. So, oh, it's on the bottom. The Ace of Pentacles. Oh, in reverse. Yeah. There's desire here. They wanted this connection to work. And you might be like you might hear that and be like, no, they didn't. They wanted it to work. They wouldn't have done these things. But there's more to it. I feel like this person, and I said this at the very beginning, right? I talked about how this person struggles to believe that they're lovable, that they're good enough for love, that they can have what it is that they deserve and desire. And I feel like I was kind of right on when I said they felt as if this was too good to be true. It feels as if they felt the same things that you did in this connection. They felt the same exact way that you did about it. Like, the feelings were mutual, the feelings were there. But the reason that they made the decisions that they did, and I don't know what that decision was. I think that because this is a collective reading, it's going to depend on your situation. But whatever decision that they made, the reason that they made it wasn't because they didn't care about you or the connection, but it was actually the opposite. I feel as if this person doesn't know how to make healthy decisions in love because they are used to like I said, they've been through things in the past that has caused them to develop some sort of internal belief system that says, I'm unlovable. I can't have the love that I deserve. I'm not good enough for love, whatever it is. It's like they have this feeling of being broken. And again, they are not broken, okay? Nobody is broken, but when we feel like we are, we're going to show up as if we are. And it's going to kind of become a self-fulfilling prophecy. We're going to start to experience things that almost feel like it's validating that truth, right? We do this a lot with self-sabotage. When we believe that we're not good enough or that we're not going to be able to have the things that we deserve and desire, we're going to sabotage it, right? Not because we don't want it, but because we don't believe that we're good enough for it. And I feel like this person straight up sabotaged this connection. And I feel like for you, there's all of this confusion of why wasn't like I enough? Like if you were feeling what I was feeling, why wasn't it enough? And it was never that you weren't enough. And maybe some of you aren't thinking that, but I think some of you absolutely are. And it wasn't that you were never enough. This actually didn't have anything to do with you at all. I feel like this person, because with the Six of Wands in reverse, it's like they expect relationships to fail. They expect to get hurt. They expect things to end. They expect to not be able to have what it is that they deserve and desire. And I feel like this connection came around. They already carry this expectation of, connections ending, and it felt so intense and so real and had so much potential that it's like they had to end it or make a decision that led to the ending before it could hurt them. Now, that is, again, self-sabotage at its finest, right? Like when you're afraid of failure, you are going to not even try or do things that lead to failure and then go, see, look, I'm a failure. I can't have the things that I want or whatever. When you're afraid of something not working out, you're going to make decisions that align. Well, when you're afraid of something not working out and you aren't aware of this, you aren't self-aware enough to understand, to separate your fear from your actions, you're going to show up in alignment with that fear, and you're going to, essentially, it's going to become this like self-fulfilling prophecy thing. So it feels as if this person already saw themselves as not good enough for what it is that they wanted, and then got to experience it. Because I feel like you came around, Nine of Pentacles, wish fulfillment, this is what I want, and then it freaked them out so much so that they made decisions that just went completely against what it is that they want. Especially with this Eight of Swords, because I feel like this person is really trapped, and I do feel like they might have a victim mentality around it too. It's like they make these decisions that don't align with what it is that they actually want. And then they're like, why can't I have the love that I deserve? When they're the ones that continue to self-sabotage it in some way. And I don't know if they're aware enough to know this is happening. I mean, remember, tarot is getting below the surface. We are not reading thoughts and feelings. We're reading energy. We're reading what's going on with it. 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. And our subconscious can be thoughts, feelings, traumas, triggers that we're not aware of. And I feel like this person is very disconnected from themselves. So the decisions that they make are based in these fears, right? They fear things not working out. So instead of, and I'm not saying this is what would have happened, but instead of like waiting around for things to not working out, for things to not work out, goodness, it's easier for them not to care, right? It's easier for them to just detach, to not invest at all, or to ruin it before it even gets a chance to hurt them. And I think that for you, this is because all relationships are mirrors. They're all assignments, and they're teaching us something that we need to know about ourselves to help us heal, to help us grow, to help us evolve, to help us move closer to whatever it is that we desire, whether that is, love or abundance or freedom or peace or whatever. And this connection in some way is playing a very vital role in your journey. I don't know if it's leading to some sort of an awakening or to some sort of wisdom around relationships or around your own trauma or triggers or things that, maybe you had buried. But I feel like you and this person met to help you on your journey, because at the end of the day, this person with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, they weren't ready for you, for what they wanted. And not because they couldn't have it, but they didn't have the capacity to show up for it, right? They sabotaged it. And sometimes when we meet someone, or we have something that seems like it has so much potential, and then somebody else sabotages it, it can feel as if we have lost our opportunity to have the very thing that we desire. And it can almost feel as if the universe like led us to something just to screw us over, right? That's not the case here, okay? And it's important that you know that. There is a purpose to why things unfolded the way that they did. But that purpose is to help you in some way heal, grow, and evolve to step further into alignment with the love that you do deserve. And the best way for us to really understand what we're being asked to learn is to look at dynamics and to understand what we were looking for in that person. When we're drawn to people who don't have the capacity to love us well, a lot of times what we're drawn to is the familiarity of not being loved well. And, so much of what we want in other people, we're being asked to find within ourselves. Because again, if our relationships are mirrors, they're a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. Other people show us our relationship with ourselves. So a lot of times we focus so much on how somebody else kind of screwed us over, and you're valid to be angry. Like, you're valid to be like, yeah, I was screwed over. But a lot of the times what we're really being asked to do is look at the mirror there. One of my favorite quotes is, a person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. And a person who blames no one has finished their lesson. And I love this quote because it puts the power in our hands. It doesn't mean we blame ourselves when people treat us poorly, okay? Because that's not our fault. But we can take accountability for what we learn from that, how we heal, how we grow, how we move forward so that we don't repeat patterns. This feels like there's kind of a spiritual purpose to this too. Not in terms of like the connection itself, but in your own journey. And I think that, again, kind of understanding that can really help you on the journey to wherever this is taking you. Because I know I've said it a lot, but I do feel you and this person met for a reason. And I feel like Spirit's trying to help guide you closer to what that reason is, to help you on your journey, which might feel impossible right now, because I do feel like you're kind of in this energy of just feeling really screwed over, which again is valid. But we are going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to dive deeper into this, ultimately looking at the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So trying to bring forth some more clarity. And then I've got an advice card that I'll pull at the very end for you. Thank you so much, Gemini, as always, for your support of me as a reader. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without you guys. So I appreciate you showing up for me, and I will continue to show up for you. So thanks again. And I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right. Bye, Gemini.